Hi, in this video, I would like to provide you a glimpse into the Jihad ideology in education because it explains the tension between Jews and Muslims in Israel and in the world. Yaron Abraham, a former Jihad student, recently revealed this glimpse on Israeli TV. Yaron grew up in a Muslim family in a Muslim neighborhood in Israel. When he was 9 years old, his 17 years old sister humiliated the family by asserting her independence. She spent time outside the home without an escort and returned home alone after dark, which her family culture did not allow for women. From the family perspective, she became a liability to the family honor and therefore had to die. On her return home, her older brothers murdered her inside the home. Yaron, who was an ear witness to the murder, was immediately enrolled in a boarding school in Gaza. The school was Yaron's entire world for the next 7 years. He had no contact with the outside world, to include his family. He spent days on end memorizing the Quran and then in military training to becoming a jihad soldier. His military training didn't consist of learning how to use military weapons, but of how to become a suicide terrorist, where he was the weapon. In other words, the training was psychological. Yaron revealed that becoming a living weapon consisted of learning to love death, of removing the fear of death, and of looking forward to it. His teachers presented the process of dying as a quick transition from the suffering of life to the joy of the afterlife. The teachers used the luxurious accommodations of the school that attracted the students to the school as a sample of what the children can expect in the afterlife and much more. Teachers facilitated discussions on the ever-presence of death within the biology of life and led field trips to a cemetery where the children took turns lying down in an open grave in order to become comfortable with it. Overall, dying was presented to the children as a positive, pleasant, and fun experience. Next to loving death, children learned to hate Jews. The Jews were presented as evil and as trash that must be removed from the world. Because only when the world is clean, the Muslim utopia can begin. Yaron shared that loving death and hating Jews always went hand in hand in the school. After years of being told that dying is a positive experience, the children became killing machines. But Yaron didn't, and eventually his teachers noticed it. The corrective method at the school was to beat the children up into submission with a long stick on designated parts of the body. Yaron's beating consisted of 60 hits on each foot. Yaron shared that he was among the children who survived the ordeal, but that some children didn't. The children had two options: to adopt the jihad ideology and become suicide terrorists, or die right then and there. At age 16, Yaron managed to run away from school and to make his way back to his hometown and family. But his family rejected him. He was outcasted from the family and totally removed from the family. It was a Jewish man, an owner of a food shop, who came to his rescue, gave him some food, money, and hope, and Yaron started to build up his life from there on. He eventually converted to Judaism because the teaching to love death and hate Jews had the opposite effect on him. Yaron explained that his interaction with Jews as a child didn't match the jihad ideology taught at the school. The one thing he liked most about Judaism was the sanctity of human life that applied to all human beings without exceptions. Yaron didn't provide the name of the school he attended, but most likely there are more than one of them operating in Gaza, providing a consistent flow of suicide terrorists. They attack Jews on the streets in Israel as well as outside Israel almost daily. They are not liberation fighters, as the news media often refers to them, but psychologically trained killers who are highly motivated to fulfill the jihad mission of ridding the world from the Jews. If you didn't know, now you know. Bye.